Jesse Clegg, my guest in the studio, and I think it's something that we've all done. I've done it, just called, even if I'm getting it, they're going to scale me out. I just want to hear the voice. That's what the song is about. Tell us the story, Jesse.
Yeah, it's. I think it's an experience we've all had. I wrote this song in Los Angeles about a year and a half ago, and I'd been away from home for a few months, and I was feeling homesick and a little bit lost at sea. And it's that moment where you call that person, that special person in your life, and I realized it wasn't what I was saying on the call that was making me feel strong and connected. It was just the sound of this person's voice. And there's something so beautiful about the fact that as human beings we can be inspired by a sound. It's something that music can do so beautifully. Music can inspire and can change our outlook and change our memory, change our experience of something. And so the song is just like a celebration of those kinds of relationships and connections that we have in life, where no matter what moment you're going through, no matter what time or space you're in, sometimes you can pick up the phone and just hear that person's voice, and they can bring you through it and bring you strength.
Well, my guest is Jesse Clegg, platinum-selling South African singer-songwriter. He's released 10 top 10 radio signals. He's been nominated 5 South African Music Awards. He has toured both nationally, internationally, toured with and collaborated with multiple international acts. It includes Daughtry, Walk the Moon, Msaki, Shekinah, DJ Kent, and most recently as the main support for Imagine Dragons Stadium tour across South Africa. He's released 3 studio albums, working on his new album in LA with Grammy-winning producer Tim Pagnotta. He's a busy man. Would you pigeonhole your music?
Pigeonhole, what do you mean? Like define it? Or
yes, I think the industry would define it as pop, would you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think about it in those terms. I think that as you work as a musician, you learn how to play to your strengths, and I know what I'm good at. I know the type of music that I write well, and I enjoy writing that music. And but I've also done house songs. I've done R&B stuff. I've collaborated with other artists, and I've written music for other artists. So I try and keep I try not to characterize my music, but I know that.
You play to your strengths.
I know what I do well.
Yeah. No, I got you. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So you've been really busy, and why LA?
I think it's LA for me is a really challenging and interesting place to write music and to record. I'm busy making my new album there at the moment, and I think it sounds like a very fake Hollywood kind of place, but to me, like, my experience of it has been just being surrounded by really talented, really world-class creative producers, musicians, songwriters, and people from all over the world. It seems to still be this central place where creatives meet to make something good. And also because I'm still building my career and my profile up there, I have to come and bring my A game. There's no one there who's going to be like, oh, this is this person. We have to treat this person with kid gloves or whatever. I have to go there and prove myself. And
Sure.
I think that experience of being out of your comfort zone, having to bring your A game, working with people that you're intimidated by and that you respect, that you want to impress, it just forces you to do the best work you possibly can do. That sometimes that external pressure is actually really stimulating and constructive in the creative process.
You're doing an album. Shows your age.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's very seldom people do an album these days.
Yeah, and it's not. Look, I mean, 5 years ago, this would not be how I would be doing it. I mean, I've already released 4 singles from the album, and the album hasn't even come out yet. So. Music has changed. People are not releasing albums anymore, and I think that this album will be, there's probably another year of releasing singles before the album actually drops. And I miss the days of artists bringing out albums. There was more leeway for artists to have to be creative in ways that wouldn't necessarily be playlist on radio. You would be able to express something that was really just for your fans, that like someone who likes your sound can experience.
And other tracks that pay the bills, I guess.
Yeah, and then the singles. But now it's all about singles. So I'm releasing singles, and eventually the album will come out.
I wanted to understand album how because I don't know how to buy an album. How do I buy an album these days?
Well, I guess it's all available online now. You know, it's just you just stream
So
it.
I stream it as singles. Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, you'll see there'll be an album that you can listen to all the songs, but the singles will be the ones that are promoted.
Now, in the past, you have been a platinum selling singer-songwriter, I guess. So that's in the past. Is that in the dustbin of history? Is that never going to come back again?
I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean,
are you saying that the
you're not
concept
selling
of
albums? Yeah, I want to put it in my CD drawer, but I guess that shows my age too.
It does still exist. It does still exist. In fact, I actually recently learned that one of my most recent singles, "Let It Burn," just went gold, which was great. So what they've done is they've calibrated the sales of albums into streams, and there's a whole system that they calculated, and so they're still gold, platinum sales. They've just got a whole new way to calculate it.
But that money's not in your pocket.
Yeah. No, the streaming model is very different. It's not easy for.
You've got to be a Drake to make money.
Yeah, you got to play live, man. Now it's all about the live music.
But you're nearly a Drake as well. So.
Well, I hope so, man. Yeah, the business model has changed drastically, and it's become a lot harder for new artists to break through because there's so much music out now, and unless you're getting billions of streams, you know, you're not making the same. It doesn't have the same financial impact on your project as album sales used to have. You know, so hopefully something will change. I'm not going to be the one to change it, but I'm hoping for the best.
Can I conclude that brilliant musicians like yourself are now worse off than the past? Financially, I'm not talking about your spiritual well-being.
I think the business model's changed, and not in favor of artists necessarily. And I think that there is progress happening that is exciting, and there are more and more songwriters that are getting together to try and fix the system, but we're not there yet.
As long as you continue to purge from your soul that beautiful creations that we have been able to listen to and will listen to now. Tell us about the song quickly.
Waiting on the Outcome. I wrote the song when my father passed away, and this is really about loss and about family and about celebrating the things that we can't replace.
You're talking about an album that's in development. It will remain in development, you say, for a while still.
Yeah, there's more music to come. I've written a lot of songs, so there's going to be another single coming out this year. Right now I'm releasing, the song Call to Hear Your Voice has just come out, and I'm shooting the music video in Cape Town next week.
Wow.
But there's lots of new music coming.
Okay, that's good. There's that fountain of creativity still springing forth then.
Yeah, I mean, thank goodness. You know, for me, music. My first love of music is songwriting, and that's what I fell in love with music with when I first started. And to be able to communicate with people through this medium is a great blessing. How
does it spring forth? Do you like have a session? Okay, let's think of a song, or is it just in a moment, complete clarity, and then you set about the task of expressing it?
I mean, I used to sit with my guitar and just, wait for inspiration to strike. But now, what I usually on this last project, I've been going to LA, and I just set aside a month or 6 weeks, and I just book studio time. I have no ideas, just a clean slate.
Wow.
And I just walk in, and it's like exercise. You just go in and you start training that muscle, and you have a blank canvas. So you can
switch it on and off.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and over time you learn how to do that. And it's also, I think it's nice to be able to have a large block of time that everything else just goes on hold, and you just go and cocoon yourself in. You have a lot of life experience, and then you have to reflect on it. You can't just write all the time. You have to go and experience life, and then you come back and you think about it and you reflect, and then it comes out. But you have to have that time to do it.
Sure. Jesse, the timekeeper's on my case here, but an important message. And as we grow older, our needs change. Does your music change? The question is specific. After Hear Your Voice, can we expect more romantic love sound maybe?
Well, yeah. I mean, I write from experience, and it's hard to plan what you're going to write. It's, I try to keep my music as honest as I can, and depending on what moment I'm going through in my life and what thoughts I'm having and what memories I'm having, I will write many romantic songs.
I will write
what
I feel. Yeah, I write what I like. Who said that? Now, I've got to wrap up. Just, are you performing in town? Can we see you at all?
I have some shows. I'm actually going to New York soon, so I've got some shows.
Sorry, we can't join you there.
I've got some shows over there in August, so I'll be back in September, and I'm definitely going to be out in Cape Town. So all my dates and everything is on my website, which is jessiclegg.com, and my Instagram, which is @jessiclegg, and my new music video for Call to Hear Your Voice. I'm shooting it in the Mother City next week, so that's going to be coming out soon as well.
Really lekker to have you, my booty. Thank you so much for joining us.